I was at basketball practice, and once practice finished up, I went into the office, checked my phone as I normally do, and all of a sudden there was 4 phone calls from home, which is awkward and not normal. And so I called home right away. Katerina answered the phone and I said, so, what's up? What do you need? What's going on? And she said, you need to be home. You need to get home now. I thought, okay. So I hopped in the vehicle and got home right away, and my sister was here. She took the girls out for supper, and Katerina and I sat down, and that's when she told me that we got a phone call from the clinic, from the doctor, saying that Dominic had initially tested positive for cystic fibrosis.
Cystic fibrosis is a problem that you're born with, where you don't clear secretions out of small tubes in the body very well. And that affects your digestive system, and it also affects the lungs, where you just have secretions that tend to hang around and aren't cleared quite as quickly, that then become infected.
Cystic fibrosis is the most common inherited fatal disease affecting young Canadians. We never expected that it would affect one of our children. We later found out that Sean and I are both carriers, and that in fact 1 in every 25 Canadians is a carrier of CF, but most don't know it. It's a progressive disease. Babies like Dominic can be born and appear very healthy, but as time progresses, the disease continues to take its course. And most commonly, it's known for the cycle of repeated lung infections that are caused.
And because it's difficult to clear secretions from the airway, then you need to use different treatments to clear secretions, to be able to cough them out effectively. And for what we can't cough out, we need to use medicine like antibiotics to control infection that's there.
It also affects other organs. In Dominic's case, it affects not only his lungs, but his pancreas. There's a thick, sticky buildup of mucus on his pancreas, so his body isn't able to emit enzymes as ours does. So he takes enzymes orally with everything he eats or drinks even. Anything that isn't sugar or water, he needs enzymes for. Then, of course, there's therapies that go along with that. We basically percuss or drum or pound on Dominic 5 minutes a side for 30 minutes a session in between each side, and hopefully that's going to help him in his fight against the disease.
Cystic Fibrosis Canada was started in 1960 by a group of concerned parents who at that time were told, your child has CF, there's nothing we can do, take them home to die. And these parents got together around a kitchen table in Brantford, Ontario, and started what was then called the Canadian Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And they felt, because there was so little known about the disease, that the main thrust would be research into a cure or control for cystic fibrosis. And that's been the main thrust over 52 years now. I'm very proud of the organization. I think they're very careful with how the money's spent. They have a medical advisory committee that chooses projects very carefully. Actually, the researchers who discovered the gene for cystic fibrosis in 1989 was a group in Toronto. So Canada has been a leader internationally in terms of research and treatment of cystic fibrosis.
Hoops for Hope is a fundraiser we started. It was Katerina's brainchild, coming home from a chapter meeting one night. Everybody was talking about the fundraisers that were getting started for the upcoming year, and she came home and said, hey, I have our fundraiser for the year. And she said, we're going to start a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. I thought it was a good idea, not knowing how much work we were going to put into it. It seemed like a natural fit with my basketball background and coaching experience, and Charlene, my sister, with her basketball background and her coaching experience. We were able to have a good potential player base from which to draw on.
Hoops for Hope provides an excellent stage for young people in Saskatoon to do something that they're passionate about and enjoy and make a real difference in the lives of others. And something that we're really proud of with Hoops for Hope is that it's a very inclusive event. We have athletes that are at beginner skill levels in basketball and those who are very elite. Some of our well-known former Husky athletes come out and put a team in because they see it as a worthy cause and a great fun event to take part in.
It's like street basketball with a side of homegrown talent with music in the background, and a variety of ages of all people playing basketball. I think sometimes it's really important to not always take in life, but to also give. And I think this is an excellent opportunity to come together, play basketball, which I love, and fundraise for the good of other people.
All of our participants are invited to collect pledges. Through corporate sponsorship and through local businesses, we've received great donations of prizes to help motivate our players. One of the things that we're really proud of with our event is that we're very careful stewards over the dollars that are donated to Hoops for Hope. We're parents who want to see every dollar put towards research and put towards care so that Dominic and others with CF get the very best quality of life and get the longest life that they can have. Thanks to our corporate sponsors, we're able to keep our registration fee very low so that all kids and all young people who want to participate can.
Our sponsors have been a huge part of our event. The support and the contributions they make really make our event that much more involved in the community. We recognize our sponsors by way of advertisements, promotions on our website, promotions on site. We really like to establish that relationship with them.
So we decided to get involved with this organization for two reasons. The first is I have a personal connection to this organization through my friend Katerina Ekvital, and also Sun Life supports the initiatives that have anything to do with the health of Canadians. Since we're a company that sells health insurance, we want to get involved in health and bringing awareness to health issues in Canada.
We had a little girl come to the donation table this year with a Ziploc bag with a bunch of coins in it, and it was $19.17. She had held a lemonade stand in her neighborhood and decided to donate the money to Hoops for Hope because her dad was playing on one of the men's teams and she wanted to do her part to make a difference.
40, 50 years ago, if you had a child that was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, you were told he or she may not live to see kindergarten. Fortunately, through fundraising efforts like Hoops for Hope and others, that can change. We can have a positive effect on the lives of those that battle cystic fibrosis every day. We want to be as positive as we can and be as proactive as we can in being involved in battling this disease to not only affect the life of our son, but to positively affect the lives of those that also struggle with this disease.